Kindergartners may find it difficult to understand patterns because they are in Piaget's pre-operational stage of cognitive development. This is the manner in which Piaget described the mechanisms by which the mind processes information. He divided this adjustment process into 4 stages of cognitive development. This activity is more of a structured learning activity. I chose this experience for Esme and gave some direction for her action in relation to Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. At this age, the student is introduced to pattern creation, similar to the one that you see in front of you. It's best to keep the pattern creation when it is first introduced in the same color and not introduce different colors or different shapes in different colors to create a pattern, because although we're only working with 2 or 3 different shapes, it tends to confuse the student. It's best to begin the introduction of pattern creation in that one color, because they are in the pre-operational stage of Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development. They are just learning that symbols represent objects, and early in this stage they personify the objects. They're able to think about what things are and events that are immediate, but not a concept of time. The student, as explained by Piaget, understand whatever fits into his or her established view of the world at this point. When information doesn't fit, the student has to re-examine the information introduced and adjust his or her way of thinking to accommodate this new information. Therefore, it's best to keep the patterns simple when they are first introduced. And for this activity, we will mix up the whole patterns, and we are going to create a pattern beginning with the square. Keep in mind that we're working with the same colors. What goes next? Triangle? Okay. You want it to go this way? Okay. Alright, what goes next? That begins our pattern, the square and the triangle. So then we're going to add a square. Now, if we have a square, a triangle, and a square, what goes next? A triangle? Sorry, we're not really talking right now. So there you are. There you are. She understands that a creation, it's easier for her to visualize the patterns because she doesn't have to worry about the color introduction in here. If we were to do something similar to introducing a red triangle, and we asked what would go next, the student has 2 things to deal with, not just the pattern, but also the color, and it tends to throw them off. So, for example, although we think that this may be a fairly easy project for them to do at this age, it tends to confuse them. Since Esme has shown that she does understand the pattern creation, I have scaffolded her pattern instruction to actually include 2 different colors. She also understands that patterns can be found in just about anything. To extend on this concept, I have created this pattern with fruit. Although I had previously mentioned that it is best to keep the initial pattern introduction in one color, I have used 2 colors here because Esme understands the pattern concept. If I do one apple, and then another apple, and then I put an orange in here. Then I do an apple, and then I do another apple. What goes next?
Orange.
An orange, you're right. Okay, what goes after the orange?
Apple.
An apple. Just one apple? Is it apple, apple, orange, apple, apple, orange, apple?
And apple.
Another apple.